How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Blue Shifting, and sorry for such a big delay. Both before and after I went on my trip, I was just having trouble finding time to record, and I had the family stuff going on, so it's been a while. But I for this week, because I missed this last week, I'm kind of determined to make this one happen, so I'm recording this one before I record anything else. I imagine it's going to be a very, talking episode, so hopefully it's not too boring for you all, but you know how I am with the dialogue, and I'm just going to jump into it, probably theory craft a bit, but we have most of the answers now. We now know that the cube orchestrated itself to fulfill Kevin's wish, but it's kind of like the whole genie in a bottle thing, where you make a wish, but you don't actually really want what your wish is. You think you do, but you don't, and Kevin wanted to be punished for what he blamed himself for. And now he's being punished in that way, but because of all the friends that we brought along into the cube with us, we're being saved, which is interesting that the cube is trying to fulfill our wishes. Why did it bring friends with us? I think it implied that part of it was that it wanted our friends and people who clearly looked up to us, who treasured us, who understood who Kevin was and is, that it was to try and force them all to understand why he hated himself. And I don't know why it decided to do that per se, but I'm really grateful it did, because I think he would have just accepted his hell if it had just been him. I think it even told him he was ready to walk with clone Rufina into hell and just accept it. If Reese hadn't jumped in and tried to essentially take his spot or force it to stop it, he would have just embraced it and just been in there. But now we've broken out, and now it looks like we're heading to our final confrontation, which should be very spicy. Everyone said they were looking really forward to this, and also some people were saying that based on my normal structure, that we might have 4 more episodes of this left. We'll see. Depends on how much I kind of rant and rave and how much time and diligence I give to the people who we're chatting with, and hopefully I don't forget anything. I know some people put some comments in. I tried to remember them all, look back at them all, but it has been a while, so yeah, I don't know. And of course we're here at the loading page, because if I load start the next chapter, it'll jump us right into it. So we're here, listen to the great music, and I think it's time. So buckle up, let's get started. Okay. I think it's chapter 8.
以上がこの事件の大まかな全貌です。
Okay. Oh, he just told them everything.
はっきり言って全ては俺が元凶ですわ。
Makes sense.
皆さんはそれに巻き込まれただけに過ぎません。申し訳ない。お詫びのしようもないですわ。
I mean, to be fair, again, we don't really know how or why they got dragged into this, honestly. I still am not satisfied with the answer I've been given so far. I feel like there's got to be more to it than that. Yeah, I know, Sal.
正直、ケビンさんがなんでそこまで恐縮するのか、私にはわからないんだけど。
Exactly. I mean, it's not like you chose to make all this happen exactly how it has.
話を聞く限り、和を失った影の国が死を求めるのは必然。ならば、君がいようがいまいが、それに相当する事件は必ずや起こったに違いない。
You know, put in that perspective, we should be grateful it grabbed Kevin. I mean, I feel like Kevin's probably one of the few people who could have handled it, kept his cool, or even his perspective.
確かにね。おそらく他の誰かが選ばれて、その人物のトラウマを反映した影の国が誕生しただけさ。
I like how it's creating world based on trauma. It's yeah, it probably would have done that too. It would have wish fulfilled, but it would have wish fulfilled people into either dreams that had no tangibility and made people feel depressed eventually, or torturous dreams where people would forever live with their guilt.
お前が選ばれた時のことを考えると、正直ゾッとしないがな。
Yeah.
それだけでも行幸というものだ。
失礼な。少しは信用してくれたまえ。
Oh, he's talking about Oliver. Okay, he said, yeah, if you chose you, it would have been horrifying.
せいぜい、ここにいるみんなで、シュチ肉林のパーティーでも繰り広げる世界になったくらいさ。
The word he used is party. The word it translated was feast. But based on the look in his eye, we know it was a different word. Be very afraid, Tita.
こいつは
あんたね。冗談じゃないよ。
Yeah. I like how the game isn't even like shy about this. It's like it's letting you read between the lines, but we know exactly what kind of party he was talking about.
シャレになってないわね。
そういう問題なんですかね。
別にお兄さんのことかばうわけじゃないけど、ある意味影の国に選ばれたのがお兄さんだったのは幸いだったかもしれないわね。
Exactly. I think if it's kind of a best case scenario, it was him. I mean, it's bad because it like he has so much trauma and deep rooted like self hatred to pull on, but he also has an understanding of these things. He's involved with the types of technology that this derives from, and he also has a sense of clarity, a sense of purpose and power that gives him a perspective that can handle it. In fact, maybe this is one of the best testaments to why it's good. The church, like the organization as it is, the Septian Church, has these types of individuals that hunt down and how they try and gather the artifacts and protect them and keep them locked up is because they understand how dangerous they can be, and they train people on how to handle them. I think if we didn't have Kevin and Reese here, we would probably never be able to get out of here.
それは一体。お兄さんの成婚はかなりの支配力を持っているわ。
Exactly.
影の国が曲がりなりにも秩序を保っているくらいにはね。でも、果たしてそれが他の人のトラウマだったりしたら、
Oh, she's taking a different approach. She's
そ
saying
の
that
秩序は保てたのかしら。
she's pointing out that in a more unstable and less orderly mind with a lot less access to power, it would have become a place of chaos.
カオスを制御しきれずに影の国が暴走していた。その可能性もあったわけだね。
さすが話が早いわね。その場合、もっとたくさんの人が取り込まれてた可能性もあるわ。
Agreed. That's a fair point.
それはそれで楽しいお茶会になりそうだけど。
Rand, your tea parties are almost as scary as Olivier's parties, but in a different, like, no one's coming out of it alive type of way.
りんちゃん、さすがにそれは勘弁してほしいんですけど。
ま、そういう意味でも気に病む必要はないだろうさ。
立場も違えば生き様も違う。だがこの場にあって我々はすでに運命共同体だ。
そうそう。困った時はお互い様ですよ。それに、輝く輪に関しては、リベール王国の問題でもあります。
Yeah.
むしろケビンさんの方こそ巻き込まれた側かもしれません。
That's a good way to put it. Good job, Chloe.
そういう意味でもケビン殿、これまで通りぜひとも我々を導いてほしい。半年前のあの事件を本当の意味で解決するためにも。
皆さん。
まったく。あんたらほんまアホやな。
Must be the biggest group of idiots in all of Zemuria. You bet your butt it is.
揃いも揃ってお人よしすぎるっちゅうか。
You bet your butt. You know, it's funny. I almost could see myself actually being part of this crew, except I'm not nearly as competent as any of them. But yeah.
こっちは最初から最後まで利用するつもりだけやったのに。なんでそんな。
Hey, maybe you were using us, but I'm pretty sure we would have been on board if we'd been able to know. I can kind of be a little annoyed he didn't talk to us about it, but at the same time, I get it.
ケビン。
Aww.
ケビンさん。
Oh, by the way, is it just me or does his hair look darker than usual? Like, it looks like it's a shade darker.
人間諦めが肝心って言うし、私たちに関わったのはケビンさんの運の月ってやつね。僕たちっていうより、強引だし、おせっかいだし、逃げても食らいついてきそうだし。
Yeah, just that you would know.
なんですって？
ま、確かにそれは言えてるかもしれないわね。
レンも同感よ。
Ren's like, I mean, obviously.
それだけお姉ちゃんがすごいってことだと思うし。
You're a goody two shoes who's hopelessly naive, but that's what makes you you.
私たち、まとめてエステルちゃんの影響を受けちゃってるんだろうね。
I agree.
もう。
She's like, I guess.
でも確かにこれだけ状況が厳しいのに切羽詰まった感じがしねえからな。
これだけのメンツがここに集まっているのだからね。
You gotta know, right?
今ならエレボニアを国家転覆することだってできそうな気がするよ。
I mean, could we? Yeah. Would we? Probably not.
また貴様は微妙な発言を。
Okay.
降参や。
His hair like got darker when he was looking down. Maybe his hair is like tied to his mood.
改めて今度は本当の意味で。
Alright.
こちらこそ。
いずれにしても俺らがすべきことはもうはっきりしている。影の王ルフィナ・アルジェントを止める必要があるってことや。
Yeah.
当然。
しかしケビン君、君たちが落とされた煉獄に彼女はいなかったんだろ？
ケビンさんたちが落とされた後、そのまま消えてしまいましたし。
そうですな。
少なくともあの場所に姉様の気配は全然感じられなかった。
Yeah.
もしいたとしたら絶対に姿を現したと思う。
I mean, she had plenty of other things to throw at us.
そうやな。しかしそうなると姉さんは一体どこに行って。
Right here, boss fight.
その疑問になら私が答えられると思います。
Sounds good to me. Kind of surprised she wasn't involved before now.
始祖様。
セレストさん、さっきはほんまありがとうございました。
あのままでは私もケビンも無事ではいられなかったと思います。本当にありがとうございました。
いいのです。影の王に囚われていた以上、私もあなた方と同じ立場、仲間の一人としてそのくらいはさせてください。
Would it be amazing if she could actually be a teammate?
おおきに。それはそれとして疑問に答えられるっていうのは。
ええ、影の王の居場所をやっと掴むことができました。
Alright, we got something.
え？
本当に？
もしかして今までそれを調べていらっしゃったんですか？
ええ、第七聖層を調べる過程で現在の影の国の全貌をおおよそ掴むことができました。影の王は現在聖層の外側にいるようです。
Well, that feels like cheating.
聖層の外側？
それってどういう場所なんですか？
聖層とは影の王が影の国の中心に作り上げた多層的な構造物のようなもの。
Alright, so it's like a giant tower.
その構造物の外側にも影の国は続いているのです。
Oh gosh.
もっともそれは現在何もない荒野のような形で放置されてしまっていますが。
It really is almost like we're just in another world. But it's a world that could be rewritten.
何もない荒野？
随分と漠然とした話だな。はっきりとした居場所はつかめてねえのかよ。
いえ、大体の場所はわかります。しかし問題が一つ。
Yeah, I'm guessing getting there is a problem.
その荒野ですが途方もなく広すぎるのです。
Great, it is like a world.
おそらくは大陸規模の広さではないかと。
Ah, thank gosh. I know, right?
それは徒歩で行くとなると一体何ヶ月かかることか。
Yeah, and that's assuming we could in those months search well enough and she didn't move ever.
移動手段は他にないものでしょうか。
I mean, we technically have an airship in one of the layers. It wasn't functional, but maybe we could make it work now that we understand how the plane works off of a desire.
そうですね。私が行使できる力では正直難しいかもしれません。石碑によるアンカーもここから離れすぎた場所には打ち込めませんし。
仮に徒歩ってことになると宝石が使えない以上 補給もままならなさそうやな。
That'd be rough.
何十日分の食料。さすがに現実的じゃないかも。
こいつは参ったな。向こうがこちらに来ない限り打つ手はなしっていうことか。
なんだ？気になることでもあるのか？
Yeah, what you got, Tita?
はい。アルセイユが使えないのかなって思って。
That's what I kind of thought. Like, now we kind of understand the place better. Wait, why can't we just turn it on?
何？
アルセイユ。
はい。この影の国って人の願いが反映されるんですよね。確かに、あのアルセイユは偽物かもしれないですけど、形状や構造を含めて、みんなよく知ってる船ですし、イメージは十分だと思うんです。
That's fun. This reminds me a lot of like what we've been covering in topic-wise of Chaos Head and Chaos Child. The idea of a delusion being manifest into reality. It's kind of operating on a similar premise.
みんなで一緒に願ったら、動かせるんじゃないかなって。
I mean, she's not wrong. Like, it really could work.
さすがに無理ですよね。
It's funny, because it sounds so ridiculous, but we're in a world of dreams. Of course that's how it would work.
願うだけで動くなんて、そんな、技術者らしくもない。ティータ。それ、とってもいい考えかもしれないわ。
I mean, it is. I mean, hello. Ren summoned her Patermater here. She just willed it to existence here. Of course we can fly there, Araceli.
確かにイメージが確固としたものであるものほどこの影の国には再現されやすい。
And I bet a lot of us imagining it together actually would make it more easy to do.
ユリアさんは言うまでもなくティータちゃんも構造には詳しいし。
あり得る話かもしれません。黒の箱舟が再現されている以上飛行船がダメということもないでしょう。
Yep, we've been on the Black Ark. We have seen the Patermater. We've also seen that, yeah, like, exactly. Like, there's so much evidence that says this is possible.
セレストさん、どうかな？
確かあなた方はリベルアークに乗り込むとき、あの船を使ったのでしたね。
That connection could also work too.
ならばその時のイメージをフィードバックさせれば、ええ、可能だと思います。あなた方全員が乗り込めば、白き翼は必ずや蘇るでしょう。
Yeah, that's cool. I actually really like that. I like that it's having us go back.
ほんまですか？
信じられない。お手柄ね。すごいじゃない、ティータ。
It's kind of fun because Tita was the first person we recruited, and she's like the linchpin for our finale.
ちょっと待って。
She's like, what about my ship?
じゃあ、オートの港に止まってる山猫号も動くわけ？
そうか。
そうですね。そちらはどれだけの方に馴染みがある船なのでしょうか？
Primarily the two of you.
乗ったことがあるのは彼女と僕。
私と知らねえ。それとオリビエも戦争に忍び込んだ経験ならあるけど。
ああ、定期船強奪事件の時ね。
今となってはいい思い出だね。
I'm sure.
それだけですと動かすのは少々難しいかと。
So they're basically saying like, is it possible? Yeah, but the Araceli is the better bet.
白き翼を蘇らせるのを優先した方がいいかと思います。
そっか。
しかしいずれにせよ願ってもない話です。早速準備を整えてアルセイユに向かいましょう。
そうだな。
そうと決まればいろいろと忙しくなりそうだ。
Yeah.
ただし一つだけ、もしあの白き翼で影の王のいる場所まで向かうとしたら、
Oh, it's a one-way trip.
もうこの庭園には戻れなくなってしまうでしょう。
That implies we should spend all our money, right? Like, and Sephiroth, that we probably won't have a terminal over there. We might be able to have a save point per se, but like maybe a recovery point, I mean. But we might not be able to access the stores anymore. So this will be it. We gotta buy like everyone equipment, I think.
宝石の転移ができなくなってしまうのですね。
ええ、その宝石の転移機能は庭園から離れすぎてしまうと働かなくなってしまいますから。
Scary.
もし出発するのであれば覚悟していただく必要があります。
Great.
そっか。
こいつは一度全員揃って鍛え直す必要があるかもしれんな。
そうですね。足手まといにならないようウォーミングアップしなくっちゃ。
And what about the doors? Like, there's like that last door that I can't open yet until I've opened all the others. But I feel like I still have one that's missing, right?
各地の扉を開けるのもこれが最後の機会というわけか。
Looks like we got some cleanup to do.
そんなら一旦俺も先導から外れますわ。必要があるなら宝石や聖杯手帳の使い方も教えます。みんな悔いの残らへんよう、
Alright.
できる限りのことをしましょうや。
Right. That's the big time. Oh man. Chapter 8, The Future We Dream of. Interesting. Alright, so it's getting very real. Okay. So we're gonna have to see how this plays out. So I can just be anybody now. I know a group I'm gonna start with just because, like, I want. Someone mentioned that there's a funny dialogue that I'm gonna go for, so we'll try it out. But
you ready?
Piece of cake. Great.
we're gonna go to the arena. Someone said that it has a funny dialogue if you have Joshua led with these three. Because I can change it any time until we go. I guess it doesn't really matter though, because I gotta talk with everybody here. So I'll have to switch them out eventually anyway. But yeah, let's see how this plays out. So, oh, it's spicy. God, this picture's just not as good. It really isn't. Oh my gosh. Fetch me. Oh, this is, I'm scared. Alright, so let's take a peek real quick, because doors. That's the thing I want to really look at right now. Okay, sun doors. We've done all the sun doors. Star doors. We're missing one. Where is this last door? And then, like, the door 14 is the second. It's the last one I have to do. So I have to find door 15. Where have I just not seen that door? And then moon doors. We've done them all. So I almost might look up where this last door is because I don't want to mess it up, obviously. Because that's a pretty freaking big deal. Where have I missed it?
俺みんなに言いたいことがあんね。こんな事件に巻き込まれても文句言わんと付き合ってくれて。
Of course.
俺のあんな話真剣に聞いてくれて。
あ？
せやけどそれはみんなで無事脱出してからや。
Kevin, you gotta stop doing this because sometimes it's better to say it now.
その時まで。ある声優で出撃するんは一回きりのチャンスや。みんなでこの世界から脱出して新しい朝を迎えるためにも悔いの残らんように今できることをしようや。ある声優でみんな悔いの。
そうですね。外敵が入り込んでいる可能性もありますから。
Oh, you think so? It was pretty empty last time.
アルセイユに到着後、自分と少佐で館内を確認します。それから主要機関をチェックし、起動をかける予定です。ブリッジ要員は、そうですね。アルセイユを動かすのに大きな問題はなさそうだ。だが清掃の外側、一体何が待ち受けているかわからん。
Oh yeah, that place is gonna be rough.
万全の準備をしておいてくれ。
Okay.
影の王ルフィナ・アルジェントか。生前は千の腕などと呼ばれ、その卓越した交渉術をもってさまざまな事件を解決したそうだが、そういう相手こそ敵に回したら一番厄介かもしれんな。俺も一度徹底的に鍛え直してみるか。
Okay, more training. Oh, hey, what's up, man?
ん？ああ、どうやら終幕も近いようだね。ああ、僕としては仕事が山積みの現実世界などに帰りたくはないんだが。
How or what?
こうして見ると 意外に名残惜しいものだね。最後にあの始祖殿を口説いておこうか。
Dude, she's not even alive.
これくらいなら。
やめときなさいってば。庭園から追い出されちゃうわよ。
そういうところは命知らずですよね。
こうして
やめ庭園。
そういう。
Yeah, things never change, even when they really, really should.
本音と取っていいものかしらね。
What?
あれ知らねえ。タロットカードを忘れちゃってるわよ。
Oh yeah, she did.
いいのよ。久々にいいカードが出たから記念に置いていくの。
記念にって。
What's the card?
さてと、私も準備に入りますか。磨いてこその銀線だものね。
True. Can I tell what card that is? I can't tell from here.
はあ、すごい気迫。これはライバルとして負けてられないわね。
Yeah, your friendly rival.
まだまだまだまだこれからだよ。
I gave you your cool sword. Okay. Anything else? I gotta say the music is really good. This like kind of march like feels like we're like going into like a final battle. Like the music's as always, this music's spot on. Hey.
アルセイユの速度なら清掃を超えるのにあまり時間はかからないと思います。先月お母さんが改造して速度も大幅に上がってますし。
Dang, that's terrifying.
そうなんだ。ティータのお母さんか。
Oh yeah, they need to meet.
お母さんとお父さんもお姉ちゃんたちと会いたがってたよ。お姉ちゃんたちが帰ってきたら絶対に紹介するね。
Yeah.
いや、お父さんとお母さんのところに帰るためにも頑張らないと。あらお姉さん、つまみ食いはダメよ。
Oh, is that what she's doing? She's eating?
今のはつまみ食いではありません。ただの味見です。
早くアルセイユに乗ってみたいわ。支度ができたらお出かけしましょう。
I'm glad you're happy, Ren.
5年前のあの日、私を助けてくれたのは、いや、その結果がどうあれ、ケビンも姉様も私の大切な人です。だから影の王は私たちの手で倒さねばなりません。
Sounds good.
姉様のためにも。影の王は私たちの手で倒さねばなりません。姉様のためにも。
I also probably should visit the tree, actually. So, hang on. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stuff my face with all the food that we don't have recipes for yet. And we're just gonna eat it, and then I'm gonna build up the recipes that I need to. Now I've done all that. I've got all my recipes I can make right now. Good. Now, I want stuff that can increase CP. And I want ones I can do in battle too. Wait, blood extract. Blood taken from you know what? Is it the eyeball? Is that why it's like vague? That's gross. But I just almost look like it's alive. Cures KO. So that could be good, because I definitely would like heal somebody up pretty much the whole way and cures the KO. Defense up would be good. Amazing and sparkling. That's pretty solid. There's one I'm missing. One more recipe, and I had the whole book, it looks like. Alright, so Fruity Temptation, I should get that one too, because it cures statuses, like just all of them. I'm sure that's going to be a problem. So Fruity Temptation, enigmatic stew, it just does something to everybody. That's wild. So Blood Extract, and Wobbly Rainbow are the two I want to focus on. Oh, but I should get armor first too. Ugh, it's so tough. Alright, looks like we got another book. I'll do that after I talk to everybody.
あれアガト、ティータのそばにいなくていいの？
だから俺は別にあいつの保護者じゃねえっつうの。それにダチと一緒なんだからよ。そっちの方がいいだろう。なんだよ。あいつももうガキじゃねえしな。必要な時はついてるつもりだ。心配いらねえっての。
That's a good attitude to have about it.
ニマ
Estelle, you gotta stop. This is not. It's pretty weird that people seem to be on this whole shipping train.
だからなんだっつうの。
一度この庭園を離れればもう後戻りはできん。おそらく装備を補充できるところもないだろう。万全の準備を整えておけよ。ああ、それとさっき始祖さんが新しい領域を見つけたそうだぞ。詳しい話を聞いてみるといいかもしれんな。
Oh, hang on. Maybe that's where the last door is, in a new area. Oh, it's a training area. They probably have a place where you can grind so you can get everyone up to level. Crap, I probably should do that, shouldn't I? Fetch. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. For this episode, I'll do all the fun stuff I want to do, like here in the garden. I'll go check out the new area. If we can find a door, and I can see if I can get the door started. Depends. It's already been, it's a long episode already. But I'll try and get those doors, at least one of them, I think. I'll try and end this episode with at least one door, and then maybe next episode we can start with the last door. You can remind me if there's anything else I should try before we go, but then we'll leave. So that I can see that being the next 2 episodes. So let's try to do that.
装備や道具の調達にオーブメント版の調整、すべて庭園の力によるものだ。一度ここを離れればその恩恵は受けられなくなるだろう。万全の準備を整えておけよ。それと始祖さんが新しい領域を彼女に詳しい話を聞いてみるのもいいかもしれんぞ。
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that, I think. Get everyone up to level. I mean, we could super grind and get everybody up to insane levels, but I feel like that's not necessary. I feel like we could just get everyone caught up to the highest levels we have, which is 130. Maybe we get everyone to level 130, that'd be good. I think the cap is 149, so I could push for that. Maybe that's worth it. You can tell me if you think that's worth it or not. Alright, so I'll talk to everyone, we'll read the book, and then I'll explore the new area. I'm going to talk to Celeste right now. See, I figured talking to Celeste was going to be what fired us off to the next area, to the ending.
そういえば、一つ報告することがあります。第7清掃ですが、ケビン殿たちが落ちた場所以外の大規模な領域を確認できました。おそらく悪魔と呼ばれる適正概念が徘徊する危険な領域。念のためアンカー、石碑を打ち込んでおいたので転移できる場所が一つだけ増えているはずです。
The abyss is now accessible. It is now possible to warp to a new area on the 7th plane through the warp menu. The area contains countless powerful enemies, devils included, making it a perfect place to efficiently level your party members. That's literally the purpose of it. Fetch me. Oh, it's gonna take forever. How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna have to do this on my off time. It's the only thing I can think of that will work. That's gonna be rough. Gilbert, are you gonna come with us when we leave? Or are you gonna wake up by yourself?
僕に話しかけるな。もう指一本動かすのも億劫なんだ。ほっといてくれ。だから話しかけるなって言ってるだろ。くそ。おちょくってるのか？
Yes, I am.
おちょくってるんだろ。
Yes, I am.
もうほっといてくれよ。笑いたいなら勝手に笑えばいいだろ。もう指一本。おちょくってる。
So he just cycles through that hill. That's great. Hey, Richard.
私は自分がここへやってきたのは偶然ではないと思っている。それが何者の意志であれ、私はここで得難きものを得た。
That's good. Hopefully we remember all this.
ならば、ここからは私にできることを精一杯やらせてもらう所存だ。しかしこの書家は
本当に素晴らしいな。これだけの資料が手に入るとは。できる限り覚えて帰らねば。
真面目ね。
Alright. Now who do I bring with me to cycle these three out so I can have chat with them about people? Just set.
ほら、しっかりしろ。へばってたら置いてくぞ。ほら、ちゃんいつまでへばっ。
So we are probably going to take him with us. That's cute. Okay, so you're here. So yeah, I should probably have these guys come off the team so that we can talk with these two. So because they're clearly talking to you. Maybe even have Kevin get off the team. But let's see about Joshua and Estelle. Estelle's up here.
ほら、目的地までかなりあるんでしょ。途中でお腹すくと思うし、やっぱり最低限の食料は必要よね。
心の友です。
Aw, yeah, I bet you do.
セレストさんは食事はいらないみたいだから、16人分か。
18人分でお願いします。
Yes, because you and I both eat for two.
私が3人分いただきますので。
Oh my gosh, just you?
あ、そうなんだ。了解。
二人ともギルバートの兄ちゃんのことをすっかり忘れてるやろ。
That's right. We haven't been counting him. That's so funny. That's really funny. Oh no.
ケビンさん、長いようで短かったですね。
I mean, that's a good point.
そうかもな、ヨシア君。一つだけ白状しとくわ。俺な、今君のことがめっちゃ羨ましいみたいや。
Why? Maybe because he got rid of his stigma?
俺と君はある意味同じような道を歩いてたやろ。なのに君だけが一人日の当たる場所に戻れて。
I doubt he feels like he's done though.
半年前は良かったなとしか思えへんかったんやけど、なんでか今になって猛烈に羨ましくなってきたわ。
ケビンさん、多分それはケビンさんが諦めなくなったからでしょうね。
ああ、どうやらその通りみたいや。
ああ。
なんかみっともないな。
いいじゃないですか。みっともなくったって、ケビンさん。必ずこの世界から脱出しましょう。
True.
みんなと。それと、自分自身を信じて。
ああ。
影の王は、僕たちのことをコマと呼んでいました。おそらく、全員の力を合わせない限り、影の王は、ルールにこだわっているようですから。
I mean, at least she follows rules. That gives us a shot. Okay, and then I think everything else down here is the same. Alright, so now I need to get some extra team members to do some last conversationing. What a weird team we have now. But I want to see if these two have anything to say.
影の王は姉様。影の王は姉様のため。
ほら、途中で。
Okay, so yeah, just not as fleshed out of conversation. And then we have our group 4 up here.
皆さん、アルセイユの手はずについては目処がつきました。ですが、目的地まで無補給で飛ぶことになりますから、皆さんも十分に休息を取っておいてくださいね。目的地までは無補給で飛ぶことに途中で何？
Yeah.
アルセイユで出撃するんはみんなでこの世界から脱出して悔いの残らんように今できることをしようや。
影の王、生前は千の腕などと呼ぶ。そう。
Okay. Alright, I think that's everybody. Now I'm gonna form my goofy team. Which, why? Oh, it's just... Okay, never mind. I'm just being silly. Okay, goofy team. I have a lot of mirror, but this cosmic gear is gonna get out of hand quick. God, it took so much. The thing is, I don't understand if I'll be able to even switch equipment for people or not. So, like, do I need to literally equip everyone with everything here? Because I don't know if I can do that. God, I spent so much money. Oh, I don't like this. Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to try a few things. First of all, I want to do this door thing that people have told me about. Plus, I feel like we even have to unlock a new round.
すでに道は開かれた。挑戦者たる証を携え、いざ。
I don't know if I'll actually do the whole fight. I just want to see what people were saying, like, oh, take Joshua with those 3, and like hear what the announcer says. I gotta see this.
これは皆様方。さて、今宵もまた我々にお付き合い願いますでしょうか。
Yeah, let's do it. Art Arena.
では、早速ご案内いたしましょう。
Alright, let's get this announcement in. Let's see how this goes. Oh, yes.
Sa, 皆様お待ちかね。
Yep.
今宵4人の強者がハードバトルに挑みます。では、早速チーム紹介です。
Let's see what this is all about.
東、青の挑戦者。
Joshua Bright and his lovely ladies.
西、対するは赤の組。
That's it. This is like Joshua and his ladies.
それでは、
That's it. This is just his ladies, which is just fun.
レディー、ファイト
！Anyway, not probably gonna stick around for this, but still. Yeah, maybe I'll do it for a little bit. Remember these seahorses are... Oh, that's new, right? We haven't seen this in animation. But those seahorse things are not worth messing around with. We're just killing them as fast as we can. Great. Well, I think we're dead. Had a cure up, but Frozen can't do squat. We're just gonna die. God, it's such a terrible combo. There we go. Yeah, we're definitely dead.
試合非常に残念ですが、これにより挑戦者チームは最終戦にて敗退となります。
I hadn't actually lost in the arena before. Yeah, I know.
惜しかったですね。ですが私、皆様方であれば、またのご参加を心よりお待ちしておりますよ。
That wombo combo was awful. Okay, anyway. Well, we got to see what I came here for, and much more. I mean, I took all that CP, but at the same time, I'm gonna keep it. I could load that save, but I got a lot of levels on just that, and that's okay. So, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. That was the wrong click. Nope, I'm done here. Stop it. No. Okay. So I have an idea of what I want to do now, actually. Well, first we got a book to read. The last story that's available here. And then I want to proceed to the last area, the Abyss area. And I've got an idea what I want to do there. There are several issues of the Liberl news on the bookshelf. Oh, okay. Receive the Asmelius circlet. Okay, so there's probably books to actually read in there, but wasn't I also supposed to get a reward for never retreating? Did I mess that up somehow? Never fled. Died a lot, but never fled. Anyway, let's see what that circlet is, though. Very set up, prevents ailments, except KO. A circlet of Asmelis is granted heaven's protection. That's freaking crazy. Actually, that might be a second one. I think we already had one of those. So, that's freaking cool. Yeah, that's awesome to have one of the extra one of those. I'll need it, too. Well, need it's a strong word, but... Alright, so yeah, so from early 1202 to mid 1202 to late 1202. Okay. Sit back and relax. We're going to do some more reading. 2 months since the coup d'etat. It's been 2 months since the stunning fall of the Royal Army, once promising intelligence division, and their failed coup d'etat. Currently, in response to their failure, preventing the rebellion of one of their own division, the army is undergoing major reconstruction of their internal organization. To find how they intend to regain the trust of the public, we got behind the scenes look at the reconstruction efforts. Reconstruction challenges. Under the command of General Morgan, the reformation of the Royal Army units have proceeded swiftly. However, even our decorated general acknowledges that rebuilding the chain of command will take some time. The cause, we're told from an army source, is that the ID units' reach had permeated all levels of command, and removing that influence has proven to be quite the task. Road to rebuilding the Royal Army. The Royal Army is determined to continue reforming whatever difficulties may arise. One such issue they may face is the lack of transparency. For national defense reasons, the organization of the military has been heavily guarded, but it was at this very policy that allowed the ID unit to get as far as they did. One effort to blow fresh air into the rigid army structure is the recent cooperation with the Bracers Guild. How much further the Royal Army can open up and still maintain secrecy needed for security, though, is probably the biggest hurdle facing the rebuilding of the army. Foreign Affairs, the Queen's Peace Proposal. According to reports from the Foreign Affairs section, the Erewhonian Empire and Calvert Republic and Liberl Kingdom have all agreed to enter a treaty of non-aggression. Preparations are already underway to host the signing of the pact following the Royal Parliament's approval of the terms proposed by Queen Alicia. Will this pact be the guiding light to the peace between the nations? General Morgan to resign? A change at the top of the army ranks seems in the air as Chief Staff General Morgan indicates in a recent meeting that he would yield the reconstruction of the army to someone else. Signs also suggest he will resign from the top post entirely once the army's reconstruction is complete. Eyes are on Cassius Bright, the general's right-hand man, to take up the reins. We will be keeping close tabs on any further developments. Alright. Now, issue 2. Oh, there's so many. I hope you guys don't mind. Alright. Ruan mayor election special. 2 candidates, 2 platforms. With the arrest of the former Mayor Dalmore, a new mayoral election has come to Ruan. Initially delayed due to the coup d'etat, has now been officially announced. The 2 nominees are the industrialist Norman and the harbor master Portus. Both candidates have solid support bases and distinct platforms, which will Ruan citizens entrust with the future. Stay tuned. Promoting tourism, candidate Norman. Owner of the Hotel Blanc, and staunch proponent of the tourism industry, the core of his campaign is to invigorate tourism. He believes that the tertiary businesses are the future of Ruan, and he has many supporters who agree. Promoting the harbor, candidate Portus. Caretaker of the harbor block and passionate campaigner for the maintenance of the port facilities, his platform centers around the reinvigoration of the harbor industry. Has the support of the harbor labor and sailors. Voter opinion and election direction. Currently, the public opinion is split. The northern city blocks that run on tourism favor the candidate Norman, and the harbor blocks support Portus. With such clearly defined positions, the election is shaping up to be very divisive. As both camps possess solid blocks of support, it will be a battle of who can cut the deepest into their opponent's voter base. This scenario seems to favor candidate Norman, but there's plenty of time for a turnabout, and ensures a fierce battle to the end. Society, the increasing threat of monsters. According to reports from the Royal Army, monsters across Liberl have been increasingly ferocious and previously unseen species are roaming the kingdom. The cause of these changes is currently unknown, but theories range from Septian vein fluctuations to planetary alignment, even solar anomalies. The Royal Army is investigating, but caution is advised when traveling between regions. New Chief of Staff selected. The new commander of the Royal Army has been announced as Cassius Bright, promoted to General. Cassius Bright, formerly Colonel Bright, will be replacing General Morgan as Chief of Staff. Hopes are high the reconstruction and future of the military under the guidance of this new leader. Foreign Affairs, pact to be signed in Liberl. The signing ceremony of the Non-Aggression Pact will take place in the Liberl Kingdom. A central location was considered initially, but declined for safety reasons. Technology, new modern tactical ordnance. The wave of change has not only come to the Royal Army, but to ordnance as well. The new model tactical ordnance, as shown, were developed by Epstein Foundation and are spreading quickly. Improvements include the addition of a new slot, while incompatible with standard quartz, has been receiving praise from bracers and others for the new powerful arts it enables. Factories across the nation are already gearing up and eager to support the new model. Alright, 3. We're on election, clash of candidates. Conflict between camps boils over. With election day drawing closer, the race of Ruan is only getting hotter and tensions finally boiled over in a near brawl between supporters. Thankfully, the conflict rumored to stem from an argument between camps didn't come to physical blows. Debates are one thing, but we urge candidates and their supporters to respect one another and reflect on this. Yeah, please listen to that, politicians and their freaking cults. Candidates need to compromise. Behind the incident lies a deepening of opposition between supporters. Some level of antagonism is unfortunate, to be expected given the passionate platforms. But brawling is unworthy of any future leader. Reflection and compromise is the mature answer. Saved up by a lute? A mob of angry supporters on the edge of violence conned to the sound of a lute? Seems a certain musician was playing nearby. Perhaps music does soothe the savage beast. Ghosts of Ruan. I saw a white shadow that danced in the night sky. Amidst the fervor of the election, ghost sightings like this became quite common in the region for the time, according to reports. The Bracers Guild was sent to investigate and determined the sightings to be a pointless prank. The culprit is still at large, but the equipment used has been confiscated, so citizens can rest easy now without fear of a ghost reappearing. Foreign Affairs Royal Villa to host signing. According to the announcement from the Foreign Affairs Division, the signing ceremony is to be held at the Royal Villa. The ceremony is slated for the end of the month, and the Army appears to be ramping up its security operations in preparation for the event. Earthquake and ice. Earlier yesterday, there was an earthquake reported in the vicinity of Wolf Fort. The quake was so short duration, no damage was reported. Alright. God, just going through them, huh? Earthquake's over. Zeiss stopped shaking. The earthquakes plaguing Zeiss have finally ended. It seems the Wolf Fort incident mentioned in our previous edition was only the beginning. The city of Zeiss, Sanctum Gate, and Lestian Fortress were all hit by quakes as well, causing distress in the region. Sudden declaration of safety. However, not long after the earthquake at Lestian Fortress, a declaration of safety was issued by Central Factory's Chief Murdoch. Some concern was expressed at the statement, but as a practical matter, there have been no earthquakes since. How such a declaration of safety is possible was explained by Chief Murdoch. We determined that the earthquakes were being caused by special circumstances, he clarified. These earthquakes, it seems, were being caused by underground Septian veins, and after analysis, it was possible to state accurately that they had ended. The declaration also emphasized disaster preparedness for future incidents. However, the new model engine finally complete. The new model of orbital engine coming from Central Factory is at least complete has been revealed at the press. The engine was specifically designed for the cruiser Araceli, has a higher output as well as streamlined maintenance for field repairs. The new engine will increase the Araceli's cruising speed to 3,200 slag an hour, over 4 times the speed of an airliner, making it the fastest ship in the world. Foreign Affairs new engine drives peace. Samples of the new model engine referred to in our previous article are to be presented to both the Empire and Republic as tokens of peace represented in this pact. These engines are said to be the key to next-generation flight, and as such technological exchange is the promise made to those who promise to uphold the harmony between nations, much is expected from Liberl's ace in negotiation. Elmo hot springs get hot. The earthquake struck Zeiss region, even the Elmo village felt the warmth of nature. Following the quake, the hot springs began to boil. The phenomena ceased after a few hours, but is thought to be related to some form of underground abnormality. After investigating, the Bracers Guild issued a statement that it was temporary with no likelihood of reoccurrence. A possible connection to the quakes has been investigated by the Central Factory at a later date. Oh, getting late. Okay, 5. Ruan's new mayor decided. New mayor Norman. New mayoral election is finally over. Both Ruan and Minoria voters were out bright and early to cast their votes. The voting went smoothly without a repeat of the earlier incidents. Early voting was also in place for reserve army forces. After polls closed, the votes were tallied. The victors declared as Norman, who secured 60% of the vote. Harbor industry also critical. New Mayor Norman was elected on promise to promote the tourism industry, and after his victory, he reaffirmed those intentions in an interview, but also acknowledged the importance of the role of the harbor. For the new mayor, exactly how he responds to the harbor industry may be the touchstone for his ability to run the city. Portos prepared to offer full support. Portos was defeated by a relatively small margin, but has indicated he intends to cooperate with the new mayor. His consideration appears to be repairing the earlier division that arose during the campaign. His experience with the harbor will be invaluable to the new mayor. Are you listening, freaking politicians and their freaking toadies? Please. Anyway, signing ceremony, an event to remember. The signing ceremony of the Non-Aggression Pact is almost upon us. All eyes are on the capital as representatives from each country will be present. Thanks to public interest in the event, the city is experiencing an unseasonable level of tourism. Local businesses are screaming for joy at the uptick in traffic. Royal Villa gets a security boost. Yesterday afternoon, Security HQ was established at the Royal Villa, site of the signing ceremony. Under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Sid of the Royal Army, there will be screened and monitored affiliated personnel and eliminate any monsters to ensure safety. The Crossbell problem. Positioned between Erebonian Empire and the Calvert Republic is the Crossbell Independent State, a buffer nation that has seen countless conflicts in the past the two larger nations as they fought over critical Septian production sites. Since the last conflict, Crossbell has been recognized as an independent state, but the recent expansion in orbital technology and the ensuing demand for Septium might yet reignite tensions. Liberl is in a similar position, but while some may doubt the effectiveness of the pact, just having the Empire and Republic on board is no small feat. The pact, therefore, is not so much a promise of peace, but the basis for conversation. A conversation that could lead to lasting peace. Threat letter to our magazine. A threatening letter was delivered to our editorial branch in West Block of the capital. The letter demanded we cease reporting on the Non-Aggression Pact. The Liberal News Service immediately responded to it by reported it to the Royal Army and Bracers Guild. Currently, there have been no clear progress on the case, but the investigation is underway. Alright, 6, I think. Alright, the Intelligence Division resurfaces. Former Captain Amaletha captured. Remnants of the former ID unit once again shook the capital. Rising up in the harbor block, they took Duke Dunand captive and began an assault on the castle. However, after a tense battle involving bracers and the Royal Guard, the rampage was halted. The Duke rescued and all involved were arrested. Following Almathea's capture, all central coup d'etat members have been secured. Biding their time. According to the Bracers Guild investigation, after the coup d'etat, former Captain Almathea's group had been hiding in the abandoned revenue mine. Seeing the Duke's release from the house arrest as an opportunity, they rose up again to return to the capital. Fox falls to the Falcon. The former captain's force set off and set their plan in motion by activating a tank they had developed in secret before the coup d'etat. In order to use the tank in their plans, the former ID unit needed a high-output orbital engine, such as the new model developed for the Araceli. Almathea, aka the Fox, executed a successful plan to steal one of the new models from the harbor. Then their uprising went well and underway before the joint forces of Bracers and the Royal Guard managed to avert disaster. Giant shadow sighted related to the case. On the night of the ID incident, several persons reported seeing a giant shadow fly off from the harbor. As it's currently under investigation, the Liberal News is unable to obtain any meaningful info regarding it. Ugh. Foreign Affairs. Pact signing ceremony nears. Historic day approaches tomorrow. Guests from all over the continent have been arriving and security preparations at the Royal Villa are complete. The weather for the day of the signing is forecast to be beautiful. The stage for the piece is set. May the goddess bless the event. It's a threatening letter, crime of pleasure. Threat letters are delivered to a number of organizations related to the pact, including the Liberal News. While the connection to the Intelligence Division was suspected for a time as there was no specific damages, it is being viewed as nothing but a crime of pleasure. Capua Sky Bandits steal own airship. The Sky Bandits, the gang which rocked the world of the Linda case, have reappeared after their escape during the coup d'etat. In a daring move, the bandits infiltrated their old base in the Nebel Valley, currently used by the Royal Army, stole back their airship, the Bobcat. The Royal Army is once again in pursuit of these slippery criminals. Alright, I might take a break here. Okay, I'm going to read issue 7, and then I will jump back and do the rest of these next time, because I don't think we'll be quite done. But I'll go to the special and then go through, all the rest of the issues and then special 2. So, issue 7. Non-aggression pact signed. The Pledge of the Three Nations. It was a signing ceremony to remember. Under the watch of the neutral party, Archbishop Current, Queen Alicia opened the proceedings with an oath of non-aggression. The representatives from the Empire and Republic affirmed their participation and became signatories. The pact is now complete. The three nations have been brought to a new beginning thanks to the efforts of the Queen. International interest high. While the Imperial Emperor and President Rocksmith of the Republic were unable to attend, VIPs from each nation assembled in the hall, showing again how much attention this pact has drawn. Foreign news agencies also gathered, and the most international of affairs was cherished with the storm of camera flashes. The new engine sample provided. It's also kind of funny that this whole time when they were at the ceremony, the Erebonian Empires internally was preparing to invade because they knew they'd been coordinating with Ouroboros. Anyway, new engine sample provided. As a critical component to the pact, samples of the new model engine were also provided to the representatives of the Empire and Republic. The Queen extended her wishes for cooperation and again reaffirmed her stance that technology was something to share, not monopolize. Future of the Three Nations. Voices of doubt remain to question the practical effectiveness of the non-aggression pact, but as our columnist pointed out before, the value of the pact lies in the chance for a meaningful conversation that it creates. Skeptics would point out that there are many valid excuses for breaking the pact, but while this is certainly a possibility, what should be focused on is the path to peace that lies before us now, thanks to the opportunity created today. Roland region covered in fog. Starting yesterday morning and continuing throughout the evening, Roland region has been shrouded in a deep fog never experienced in the area. The unusual weather has grounded flights and made travel within the region nearly impossible. Residents and experts alike are scratching their heads at the severity of the mist. Okay, so we're done for that for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch some things around. I'm going to build up the team I want to take with me, and I'll discuss kind of what we're going to do next episode. But give me a second to get this all squared away. This is the team I'm going to take. So you might ask why. Well, here's the reason. I'm going to start leveling people. So I'm going to take somebody whom I can trust that can basically solo fights on their own, aka Ren, and I'm just going to have her escort all my weak players and let them just feast on the experience until we can catch everyone up. I don't think I'm going to plan on trying to grind too long. I'd like to explore the new area, maybe open up the next door, the next two doors at next episode. But I primarily want to do the grinding portion of everything, maybe off camera between them. And I want to get everyone at least to level 130. I'm thinking maybe my goal will be somewhere around 135, just to make sure we're all set and ready, but I also don't want to hyper level too much. I don't know. If you have input on that, maybe I'll change it up based on what you say, but for now, that's kind of my plan. But I'll equip everyone in here real fast, kind of make sure that they're as good as we're going to get, and then we'll jump into the next area. So we're pretty set. Just leveled up a bunch. Let's go take a quick peek at this new Abyss level, and that's probably where we're going to stop for today. Ooh. This place is creepy. Alright. So now we're down here, and that's what this is going to be all about. It's going to get in fights with this team, where Ren, the one-girl army, is going to basically escort everybody to success. So that's what we could look forward to next time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for being part of the channel. I'm looking forward to trying to do what I can to get ready for this grand finale. It's really landed on thick that I should do any prep I want to, so I might as well dedicate some time to it. So if you have any advice or any things I should make sure to do, please let me know. I'm assuming that there's going to be a door somewhere in this area that we're going to have to track down, and then once we open and go through that door, we'll be able to go through the final door. So ideally what I'm imagining is I'll play this on my own a little bit and just try and like grind out some levels whilst I'm exploring. I'll find the door, I'll save that for you guys, so I won't touch the door until I get to it, but I'll know where it is, and then we'll jump into that together so I can share that much with you. Hopefully that doesn't mean I don't cut out anything too important or interesting, but it is what it is. I'll just do the best I can. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for being part of the channel. I appreciate you all. I look forward to reading your comments. I'm glad to be back doing this, and it is wonderful to be able to make content again. So thank you so much. Thanks for your patience with me. Let's continue having a good summer. But until next video watching me, I've seen me next. I'll see you there.